Picture this, a recording studio somewhere far, far away.
Welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready.
Welcome, Watchers of Illusion, to my Castle of Confusion on the 28th of April 2020. I'm looking at Captain Dynamo on the Amiga, another fan request from Andrew Heather. So I'm going to get stuck straight in. Now, I did review this on the Spectrum and I kind of enjoyed it. Now, this is obviously going to have a lot more colours, as you can see here. Let me just figure out the controls. Yeah, a lot more colour. There doesn't seem to be any sound, but we'll come to the sound in a little while. Okay, I have activated Infinite Lives, because I generally suck at these games, so just to give you a bit more of a broader perception of the game, I thought, why not? Let's put cheats on. It came with the trainer that was in the game anyway, but never mind. So yeah, let's have a look at it from a graphical perspective. Actually, really quite nice. Main character, really nicely drawn. A lot bigger than the Spectrum version. If you remember the Spectrum version, he was quite small on the screen. So it's quite nice to have this big sort of animated hero kind of guy walking around. Now, this was released in 1992 by Codemasters. And they had a pretty good penchant for this sort of game, actually. And you'll probably know them best for the Dizzy series. Well, that was by the Oliver twins. This one might have been by them as well, actually. But yeah, you can see it's very, very colourful. The backgrounds and the level design are rather nice, which is always a good thing in a game. Keeps you coming back for more. However, not much really new to the platforming table here. But, you know, oh well. And I'm not doing... I keep getting thrown off these springs. Yeah, so it's obviously you've got to get from the bottom of the screen to the top of the screen. The concept of the game is exactly the same through the Amiga, Spectrum, and I will be looking at the others as well and see how we get on with those. Obviously not all in one go, because you can totally be dynamoed out, a bit like Mr. Do. Right, so let's have a look at the controls, because they're really quite simple. You have a duck function, you have an up function, and you have left and right and jump. Now, if you hold up when you jump, you actually sort of jump a little bit higher, which gives you that little bit more height when you come to reach other platforms, as you can see I'm doing here. Standard jump doesn't seem to be very productive in reaching some of the platforms that you've got to get to. So by default, I always kind of hold the up button when I'm jumping anyway. But, you know, it works, and, you know, the controls are fairly responsive as well, which is always a good thing in these games, because if it's not responsive, you end up just getting frustrated with the whole damn thing. So, yeah, so we're you know, going to thumbs up on the graphics, and we're giving thumbs up to the controls. Really nice. But again, like I said, it doesn't really bring anything new, which is a shame, because at 1992, you know, we're looking quite a way into the Amiga life. So, you know. Sound and music. Well, there's music, and you can probably hear that in the background as I'm chattering away, but doesn't seem to be any sound effects, and I couldn't see an option to turn sound effects on either, so I don't know. Anybody out there that's played Captain Dynamo, maybe you can actually let me know if there was actually sound, or was it sound or music, or both. And I'll maybe have another look at it. Now, here's a nice little element, jumping across and having this little what do you call that? Like zip line type thing, carry you across the pit, which is lovely. Obviously a nice array of colourful cartoon enemies, which you can jump on to dispatch them, which is nice. It's just a shame, because he's like superhero type character, but he doesn't seem to have any superpowers, which is a bit odd. Anyway, Captain Dynamo, who comes across as a bit of a pensioner on the loading screens. Oh, this jump is proving a little bit of a bugger. It might just be I just need to be a pixel further across to be able to do it. I'll try jumping up here anyway. Now, the playability is actually quite good. I'm I'm actually reasonably impressed. The fun factor of the game is definitely intact. The Spectrum version was also the same in the way that it played, and it was really good fun. I think if you're a platform fanatic and you enjoy your Codemasters games, I think you're going to love Captain Dynamo. If you're looking for something a bit extra than a platformer, then this is just your basic platformer, and you're not going to find anything really here that's going to think, oh, I've never seen that before. However, it's a cartoon game, it's a Codemasters game, it's very pretty. Some of the colours are a little bit dark. It's a shame, really, because a bit more superhero bright colours would have been great. Saying that, Batman's not exactly very bright coloured, is he? But there we are. So yeah, animations are really nice. The puzzle element of the game's nice as well. You've got to judge your jumps and everything else before you take action, because one false move and you could be jumping into those razor blades up there. So that's really quite a nice touch. The fact is, it's not just a standard platform. Oh, whoops, should have ducked there, really. Never mind. Replayability is quite high. I think if you're a completionist, then you're going to want to be coming back to this game again and again and making sure that you actually get the most out of the game. And it's one of the games that I think you will probably enjoy more if you're a platform fanatic. I'm not overly sure how much the attention span is going to grab non-platform enthusiasts, but is there such a thing as a non-platform enthusiast? Never mind. But yeah, oh, that kills you as well. So don't fall into the tomato sauce pool up there, because that is deadly. But yeah, it's not, it's not a bad game at all. It's actually very playable. The aesthetics are very nice. The puzzle element's not too tricky. So let's move into the age category then, which would be, what age would you want to start playing Captain Dynamo? Well, the graphics kind of promote it as a young person's game. But don't let that fool you, because I think that you could probably play this at any age level, and there'll be something there for everybody to have a go at. So younger players will probably just enjoy jumping around the screen for a while, and older players, you'll enjoy the more complex puzzle element of the game. So there's something there for everybody, and all skill levels and all that jazz, which is always quite nice. When a game caters to all of its fan bases, it hits home on every single target, which is great. I just really do enjoy Codemasters games. They were made to be playable and fun, and that's exactly what they've done. Like I said, it's a shame that I think that's a restart point there, by the way. I just think it's a bit of a shame. It's a one-player game as well. Let's just say one player game, not even a turn-based game. But if you stick an infinite lives cheat on, hey, you could play Pass the Controller with your mates. Easily done. Suddenly it becomes a multiplayer game, which is always good fun as well, as you know. If you're going to be playing games like this and there's no multiplayer function, just use the game of Pass the Controller. It works incredibly well, and gives everybody a chance. See, maybe you could even do a challenge mode where you have a life each, and you start from the bottom and work your way up and see how many levels you can clear in one life. Do that sort of contest. Obviously, that would require you to have a non-infinite lives cheat on, or trainer, or anything of that description. But yeah, all in all, it's nice to have a bit of colour. Now, as you know, the Spectrum is monochrome, so the fact you've got a nice bit of colour, a little bit of animation on the cape and stuff like that, great stuff. And you can actually see how the character's meant to be drawn as well, which is even a nicer thing as well. Anyway, that's about it from this review. I hope you've enjoyed it, and thanks very much for tuning in. And everybody that's joined the channel recently, a massive hello and welcome to you guys. And for all of you guys that have stuck with me since the very beginning, you guys are legends, and absolutely you are the backbone of this channel. So thank you ever so much for staying with me. So I hope you guys are all staying safe. I know the situation in the world is unpleasant at the moment, but I hope this show brings just that little bit of light into your lives, and helps the lockdown situation go a little bit easier. Now, I just want to say, stay safe, and from a mental health point of view, if any of you are struggling, please pick up the phone, talk to your mates, talk to your family. Don't suffer in silence. It's just not worth it, guys. Alright, so look out for the next episode of the show coming soon, and I will be trying to get more uploads done. It's just been one of those times at the moment for me, so unfortunately. But anyway, guys, you keep it retro, keep safe, stay inside. I'll catch you again very soon for a brand new episode of the Retro Revival Show. Bye for now!